My wife wanted to open our marriage. I never thought my life would take such a drastic turn. It all started when my wife, Sarah, approached me with a proposition that would change the course of our relationship forever. We had been married for 7 years, and things had been going well. We had a beautiful daughter, Emily, who was the light of our lives. Sarah and I had built a comfortable life together, or so I thought. One evening, as we were sitting on the couch, Sarah turned to me and said, "Honey, I've been thinking a lot about our relationship, and I feel like we need to make some changes." My heart sank. I knew this couldn't be good. "What kind of changes?" I asked, bracing myself for the worst. "Well, I've been feeling a bit unfulfilled, sexually," she said, her eyes downcast. "I think we should consider opening up our marriage." I was stunned. The idea of sharing my wife with someone else was unthinkable to me. "What? Are you serious?" I exclaimed. "I thought we were happy. I thought we had everything we needed." Sarah sighed. "I know, and we do. But I can't help how I feel. I need more excitement, more variety. I still love you, but I need this." I shook my head in disbelief. "I'm sorry, Sarah, but I can't do that. I'm not comfortable with the idea of an open marriage. It goes against everything I believe in." Sarah's face hardened. "Well, then I guess we have a problem," she said, her voice cold. From that moment on, our relationship began to unravel. Sarah became distant and resentful, and I could see the hurt and anger in her eyes every time she looked at me. She started spending more and more time away from home, and I knew she was seeing other people. One day, I came home to find Sarah packing her bags. "I'm leaving," she said, her voice trembling. "I can't be with you anymore. I need to find my own happiness." I begged her to reconsider, to work things out, but she was adamant. "I'm taking Emily with me," she said, her eyes filled with determination. I was devastated. The thought of losing my daughter was too much to bear. "You can't do that," I pleaded. "She's my daughter too." Sarah shook her head. "I'm sorry, but I can't trust you to be a good father. You're too rigid, too set in your ways. I'm going to make sure you never see her again." I was stunned. I couldn't believe what was happening. Sarah was threatening to take away the most important thing in my life, all because I refused to open our marriage. In a desperate attempt to save my family, I sought legal counsel. But Sarah was determined to destroy me, both emotionally and financially. She hired the best lawyers money could buy and fought tooth and nail to keep me from seeing Emily. The divorce proceedings were a nightmare. Sarah's lawyers painted me as an unfit father, accusing me of being controlling and emotionally abusive. They even went so far as to suggest that I was a threat to Emily's safety. I fought back with everything I had, but it was a losing battle. Sarah's wealth and influence gave her a distinct advantage, and the courts seemed to be on her side. In the end, I was granted limited visitation rights, and Sarah was awarded full custody of Emily. I was devastated, but I refused to give up. I vowed to fight for my daughter, no matter what it took. As the months passed, Sarah's behavior became increasingly erratic. She started making false accusations against me, claiming that I was stalking her and harassing her family. She even went so far as to file a restraining order, effectively cutting me off from my daughter. I was at a loss. I had lost everything: my wife, my daughter, and my sense of self. I felt like I was drowning in a sea of despair, with no way to escape. But then, something inside me shifted. I realized that I couldn't let Sarah's actions define me. I had to fight back, not just for my own sake, but for Emily's as well. I hired a new team of lawyers, ones who were willing to fight dirty. They dug deep into Sarah's past, uncovering a pattern of manipulative behavior and even evidence of financial impropriety. Slowly but surely, the tide began to turn. The court started to see Sarah for who she really was, a vindictive, controlling woman who was willing to